Okay, I'm going to show you another way to handle POC expenses, and that is with the adjustment web form right here. And this gives you the ability to just type in any values. So if you have more sophisticated estimates of what your expenses are going to be, you can simply put them in here as an adjustment. Now, one of the tricks is you can consolidate your data outside of this tool, and if you do it in the same format, it's very easy to cut and paste. So I've already prepared a file that I call the POC consolidator, and I've simply lined up the expenses in the same order as the input template. We've got the same months, and I left some blank columns here to match. Well, actually I haven't done it yet, so this is my POC consolidator. I now go to Smart View, bring in the input and adjust calculated values web form, and notice this is the planning cost center I want to work with. So we'll go to the input and adjustment section, and I'm just going to highlight wages and salaries as a placeholder. And if I come over here to the right, I see the yellow cells that I can that I want to input to, and you can also put a formula in. So I'll just hit the equal sign, come over here, and do it just like that. So I can now do a Control-C, Control-V, and because I left 5 open columns, I can cut and paste over to January. January through June is what we have on our input template, and there we go. So once I've started that process, I can just repeat for the rest of the cells. And so on. And I just simply submit my data, and my adjustments have been made. Now, one of the nice things about this methodology is you can, once you've gone through the work of putting these formulas in, it's a little bit tedious, you can then save the file as a template for next month. So let's pretend it's next month. I have another version of the file, the POC consolidator with formulas. So I still have my POC consolidator here that I need to update from my sources, but I've got my formulas preserved in this form. So just to make it obvious, I'll make all of these 10,000. So it'll be really easy to see what's going on. And so I've got a whole section of 10,000s. My web form is ready to go. I just have to pick the same planning cost center. 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 7, 7, 30. You won't have so many planning cost centers to choose from. And once you've done that, my formulas are still intact. They're getting the new values from my consolidator. I can just submit the data. Okay, the submission is complete, and you can see my updated values on the web form. And the formulas are still intact, so I can repeat this process the following month. I would just increment myself because September will have, the actuals would have come in, so we'll only be updating from October forward. The last point I want to make, so after I just showed you how you can use formulas to link a model to Hyperion, is you can still drive your expenses based on transaction volume. Even though the revenue is POC, your expenses may be affected by volume, so you can set up your expense drivers, as you do any other revenue type. So select and that's about it.